Season, another trip to the NCAA tournament for your Norse baseball team. Give us a little summary about 2011.
Well, I thought we overachieved last year. We had so many new guys the year before we graduated. I think maybe 12 seniors. So it was an experience that we weren't sure we were going to be able to get to. But our guys overachieved and they hung in. And luckily we stayed healthy. That was a big part of us going as far as we did.
Looking into 2012, as always, the GLVC very tough, and right at the top, Southern Indiana. Going to be a tough opponent this year.
Yeah, they're always good. They're well coached, and they have a really good recruiting area. And then Tracy does a great job with them, and they recruit a little bit different. A lot of junior college guys and a lot of Division I transfers, which we do as well. But Tracy does a good job, and they're always tough to play.
Looking at some of the newcomers, obviously one of the headlining newcomers, Mike Nastel, a transfer from the University of Louisville, and he has a chance to really slot in the top of that rotation.
Well, that's where we're putting him at. As long as he stays healthy and throws strikes, he's going to be really good. He's a 30th round pick last year with the Phillies, and they didn't offer enough money, and luckily enough we got him on the bounce back from Louisville. So we expect big things from Mike. Competitor, tough kid, big strong power arm, just what we're looking for.
Looking around, is there any other freshmen or possible transfers that are going to make a big impact this year?
Well, I think at third base, Chris Hector's got a chance to step in and really help us out of Marshall University. But he'll probably be our main transfer that came in to play. We have a lot of returning guys, behind the plate. Pat Hyde is going to step in full time this year, and Pat Williams is back with us. And then I think about the same people we have from last year. Everybody should be back and ready to take on another big challenge.
Brett Cisper got some pretty good news. His medical waiver was granted by the NCAA, so he gets an extra year of eligibility, and he was one of the top hitters on this team last year, back for another good season.
Yeah, we're excited to get him for that extra year, especially Division I transition, so he's really going to help us, and he's been even better this year than he was last year. So, we're looking for him to do big things. He was batting leadoff last year. This year we're going to probably slide him in the 3 or the 4 hole, ask for a little more run production out of him.
Pat, last season you guys advanced to the NCAA tournament, made a pretty deep run. Talk a little bit about 2011.
Last year we had a good program, good team, a lot of old guys. Went to the NCAA tournament. Didn't make it as long as we wanted to, but it was a good squad. Put a good run into it. Hopefully this year we'll advance further into it.
The catching position, obviously a good skill position, and something NKU puts a lot of emphasis on. You were able to sit behind guys like Larry Pempek and Brian Erie over the past couple of years, but this season you got to step up as you're the #1 catcher.
Yeah, Brian and Larry, especially Brian last year, did a great job handling the pitching staff. I roomed with him on the road, learned a lot from him, just learning the game, kind of picking his brain on the field, off the field, on the bus, whatever it was. It's one of the catching positions you kind of got to learn. Even when you're not playing, you got to always be into the game.
And as you said, as a catcher, you got to handle the pitching staff. It's got to be a big challenge for you this season because a lot of new faces, including guys like Mike Nastel, and then a lot of young guys coming into the pitching staff as well.
Right. Yeah, some guys I've worked with before, like Tim Clark coming back, Jimmy Ryan, Brent Wellington, and then you got new guys, Mike Nastel. That's what we're doing this winter, just taking time, kind of learning how they work, learning what they like throwing, what they're comfortable with in certain counts.
2012, you got some good news with the extra year of eligibility after that medical red shirt. Talk a little bit about last season, your first year here at NKU.
Yeah, I really enjoyed coming here to NKU. I enjoyed my time with Coach Asalon. Everything, the transition from Eastern Michigan where I transferred in went really smoothly. Enjoyed all my classes, everything like that, and baseball has definitely been icing on top of the cake for me.
You're not exactly a prototypical leadoff hitter, but that's where Coach Asalon had you this season. A lot of people think you're going to drop down in the order. What kind of adjustments do you make as a hitter in order to do that?
Well, not hitting first enables you, I think, to be more patient. You'll be able to see what the pitcher has already thrown a couple of other guys, and you'll have a better idea stepping into the box what you're going to be facing.